that was a absolute first. I delivered that Jack's to a motel.
The Silver Dasher.
Morning. It's Wednesday, and I got my holiday hat on, or my Santa hat. Since it's now December, of course, by the time you see this, it'll probably be almost Christmas at the rate I'm doing my videos. But yeah, I'm going to be wearing this hat as much as I can all the way up to Christmas to kind of, spread a little cheer, bring a smile to people, maybe get a laugh out of people. So anyway, so let's get the day started for this morning. I'm going to start the dash. Pick my time. Oh, no questions. All right. So let's get to showing the road. Let's see. Do I get... Oh, look, there it is. Take screenshot. Yeah, I'll take that. Lower $6 for 5 miles. Yeah, I know. I know the trolls and people, oh, you're losing money. Well, beggars can't be choosers, and that's over $6, so off to a good start, especially for breakfast. So, on the Jacks we go, and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that Jack's order and to the emergency room here in the hospital. Been here many times. Then just as I finished dropping it off, I got another order. It was to go back to Jack's, and I refused it. Old me would have, well, yeah, I could have taken it, but it was for $8 for 12 miles from Jack's all the way back up to Odenville, where I spent most of my afternoon yesterday. But I'm saying, why all the way up there? There's a Jack's 2 mile, just a mile from where that destination is. Why the Jack's here and drive 12 miles to a location that has a Jack's within a mile? So anyhow, well, I said, no, I'm not going to go spend my morning, waste my morning up there in Odenville. Now, if it was my last dash, I probably would have done it, but not for breakfast. I probably would have done it for lunch. But right after that, I got a Burger King order. It's been a while since I've been to Burger King. It's like a little, close to, let's see what. So what the pit? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, $4 for 2 miles, a little over 2 miles. Yeah. So anyhow, so on to Burger King and then to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, just dropped off that Burger King order to a repeat customer. And how I know that is because this particular customer has a very unique name. And, I can somehow remember unique names and how that name looks on the app. It looks different from any other names that I remember. So, and of course, I've been to an apartment complex I've been to many, many, many times. So yeah, this is a repeat customer. And just after I finished dropping that off, I got a Starbucks order. So on the Starbucks, and then to the customer. See you in a little bit.
Okay, here's that. Who's working on yours next?
Well, I just dropped off the Starbucks back to the hospital. But this time I went to the front entrance instead of the emergency room. And usually, you know, I find that, you know, Starbucks is very popular with the people at the hospital. Well, it makes sense, you know, especially if you you're scheduled for the early morning. But yeah, this was up to the front. So, but yeah, this is it's cold. It's cold. It's according to the car, it's 36 in icy conditions. It was got below freezing last night. That's why I'm glad when I entered my session like yesterday, I was close to my old house. So I went there and checked in. I'm glad I did. The internet was out. All I had to do was reset the router. And I have the router in there because I got cameras, you know, because we still have some stuff there. We're slowly working on it, getting ready to sell. But the heat was not on. Come to find out, it was still on air. I thought I had everything set up to be, you know, heat and cold, depending on, because it's one of those smart thermostats. But nope, got it set up for heat, so it's warm in there. So anyway, heading back to base. I think base is going to be Jack's instead of Starbucks, because it's just easier to get in and out of Jack's than it is the Starbucks. So yeah, for there on a good run, you know, back to back to back to back. So, and of course, and that going to Jack's order from, you know, $8 to 12 miles, going from the Jack's here to Odenville, which is 12 miles away, where Odenville has their own Jack's. I don't know why that happened. If anybody knows why that, you know, that's not the first time. I think I remember in a previous video, I was at, I think it was from our Jack's here all the way out. No, I take that back. It was a Jack's in Lincoln, but I almost went to Anniston. And in fact, it was practically right next to the exit I go to my parents' house. But that exit where I go to my parents' house, they have a Jack's there. So that there was a Jack's within a mile of that place, but the Jack's was started 12 miles away. So I don't understand why that happens. So if anybody has any idea, please let me know. So anyway, on the base, hopefully I pick up another order. So see you in a little bit. Man, it just, all of a sudden it died. I've been waiting 45 minutes. In fact, I got 45 minutes left in my dash. And had one offer come up, and it was to a liquor store, and it was $6 for 12 miles. Nope, not doing that. So now I just picked up a tiny little Starbucks offer, almost $4 for 2 miles. So, yeah, you know, it's like, you know, gotta do something. So, at least it's not the $2 base pay. Yeah, but still people are going to complain about this one. But, you know, when you're sitting there for 45 minutes, you know, what are you going to do? Offers are slim pickings right now. So, but yeah, at least I didn't take the $6 12 mile one. So anyway, on to Starbucks and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, that small little Starbucks order didn't go very far. Went to the veterans home. Like I've said before, I always enjoy coming over here. So, got about 30 minutes left in my dash. I think I'll head back. I think I'm gonna head to Chick-fil-A. That's where I was when I got this order. Yeah, like I said, it just went cold for a while, you know. And then I got refused that liquor store delivery. You know, $6 for 12 miles. Oh, come on, really? And it was going to go way out to back to Lincoln. You know, so. Whew. Anyhow, yeah, but it's still cold. It's 37 and icy conditions. But at least it's not, you know, wet, you know, raining. But yeah, I think today is going to be the coldest of the week. But yeah, but you know, it's, you know, winter is coming officially. I think December 21st is the official first day of winter. But I don't know about you, but it's here. So anyway, on to Chick-fil-A base. Hopefully get another order here real soon. If not, we're going to call it this morning and head back home. So see you in a little bit. Well, there's 15 minutes left in my dash, and I went ahead and took a Dollar General shop and deliver.
Turn left onto Hazelwood Drive.
It's
then turn left onto US 231.
It's very small, $5, just over 5 miles. But it's Dollar General is close to where I was, and it's only one item. So kind of in the dash that way. Plus, it gives me a chance to, I'm like 5 out of 6, you know, to be a pro shopper, and the one thing that's missing is my percentage of original items. I'm at 91%. I had to be 92. I understand why that didn't. Well, I think I did 3 Dollar General orders yesterday, but there were quite a few items that were basically sold out. Basically, what was sold out was the Little Debbie Christmas cakes. Those are a favorite during Christmas here and down the South. Is that a favorite near where you live? So, anyhow. So I had to force the refund on those for the customer because that particular Dollar General didn't have any of them. So anyway, on to Dollar General and to the customer, and then we're going to go home. So see you in a little bit. Well, that was a quick and easy take screenshot. Wheel. I thought that was my last time, but I just had a good paying Chick-fil-A order. Anyway, but that was a quick and easy Dollar General. It was just one item, just some vitamins, and it was over here to the brand new hotel here across from Cracker Barrel to a repeat customer, because the name of the customer is very unique. I said, I remember that name. And then when I saw her, and I asked her, I've DoorDashed to you before. I said, yeah. Then I read, was it a Subway sandwich? She said, yeah, it was. I remember that whole situation because at the time I had to meet her at the back of the hotel because they were repairing. Get this, it's a brand new hotel. I mean, brand new. And they had to tear up the parking lot and room because they had a sewer issue. How can you have a sewer issue on a brand new hotel? Something didn't get inspected. So anyway, she kind of smiled at that. I remembered her. Yeah, I know I had a comment that they said, how can you remember? So I just remember associations with, with like unique names. Now, if I don't remember every order or anything like that, but I'll remember, like, if I go to the same place multiple times, I'll remember that. And I'll remember like unique names, or situations like directions are very specific. I'll remember that. So anyway, this will definitely be my last dash. So Chick-fil-A and then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that Chick-fil-A order. Very close. In fact, I'm pretty close to where I live. So I ended the dash somehow. It miraculously ended 30 more minutes to my dash time. So yeah, in fact, I was sent to a place I've never been before. It's right along one of the main drags here. But it's one of those side streets, and it's always says a dead end. Small little neighborhood, about 5 or 6 houses. They're all very nice houses, and they all in the cul-de-sac at the end. But yeah, first time I've been in that area. So yeah, so I'm in the dash, and I'm looking at the summary. It's better than it was yesterday, but it's still, God, it is cold. Not like up north cold, but I mean, for deep south, it is cold. Still icy conditions, 37 degrees according to the car. So anyway, on to home, and I'll give you the summary for the breakfast dash. So, see you in a little bit. Well, I'm home, and this breakfast dash wasn't too bad. Well, it was better than yesterday. So I made a total of $37.32, and I delivered 6 out of 8 deliveries. I I declined 2 of them. One was that Jack's order out of nowhere from the very beginning. $6 for 12 miles going all to Odenville when there's a Jack's within a mile, and then that liquor offer for like $7 for 12 go all the way out to Lincoln. No. So yeah, and a total dash time of 2 hours and 42 minutes. So not too bad. So anyway, go take a break, have some lunch, and then we'll start up on again for lunch, and see if we have a better lunch than we did yesterday. So see you in a little bit. Well, welcome back. It's now ready time for the lunch dash. So let's go ahead and start the app. Select the time I want to end. They probably still add 30 minutes at the end. Oh, no questions? Okay. So let's head to our normal base of operation. Oh! Take screenshot. That's pretty quick. Dollar General again. $12 for 8 miles. I'm taking that. It's $12. So, all right. That's pretty easy, pretty quick. So on to Dollar General and then the customer. See you in a little bit.
So do. I like seeing you.
Well, I just delivered that Dollar General order. The shopping was mostly okay. I only had to do one substitution. I got better food. I was able to find the stuff. I'm learning the Dollar General area for where the most stuff is. But delivered to the customer, I'm going to be honest, that's the first time I've ever delivered to the house where there's the chicken coop by the front door. And the chickens live underneath the porch. That's a new one for me. To each their own. So, not judging, but I just find it peculiar. So anyway, actually now that I've finished, I'm actually pretty close to my base of operation, which is the Cracker Barrel. So that's where I'm heading. Hopefully to pick up another order real soon. So, see you in a little bit. Well, I made it back to base. Waited about 5 minutes and just now picked up a small Chick-fil-A order. So, on the Chick-fil-A we go and then to the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered that Chick-fil-A order, and boy, Chick-fil-A was packed. I think what it was a school bus dropped off a bunch of high school kids, and I think when I was talking to one of them, they all went to visit Talladega College. I guess they're all seniors, looking for campuses. And I asked him about Talladega. He said it's a very nice campus. And I said, okay. So, but there was a bunch of, I had plenty of. So anyway, like I said, I just delivered that to the local Dock in a Box, and now I'm heading back to Cracker Barrel base to see if I can get another order. According to the app, it's a big hot zone. Estimated 2 to 7 minute wait. I hope that's true. I hope it's quicker than that. So anyway, heading back to base. Hopefully pick up another order. So see you in a little bit. Well, just as I got off that clip, I picked up a McDonald's order. It's been a while since I've been to McDonald's. It's pretty decent, like $6 for 3 or 4 miles. I can hear the cringe. I can hear it now, the cringe. Yeah, that's still underwater. Yeah, well, like I said, come work my zone to see if you can do what you usually do. So anyway, on to McDonald's and to the customer. We'll see you in a little bit. Well, I dropped off that McDonald's order, and it looked like I had the right house, but the driveway was off to the side, so I had to turn around and but the picture of the door looked different from the picture that I saw, so I had to call the customer. There were these 2 bicycles, or maybe they were electric bikes or whatever, that had the name Anchor. It says, well, I'm at a porch where there looks like 2 little bikes called Anchor. It says, I'm at the right spot. Yeah, you're the right spot. So, okay. But the picture, of course, then Doordash said, hey, are you sure you're in the right spot? And said, yeah, according to the... So, now there was a back door. That may have been the back door that went in the picture. But the instructions said, deliver to the front door. So that's what I did. So, anyway, heading back to base, which is Cracker Barrel right now. So the sun has come out. It has warmed up a little bit. It's 43 degrees. So it's a little bit more pleasant, so to speak. I was a little cold this morning. I don't have my heavy jacket because it's hard to move around. And plus, I had to wear my magnet angle on the outside because I can't really do much with it. So... So I am. I also had, because it was getting cold, because I keep the jacket zipped up. So, but I also had to put another pair of socks on because my feet were cold, and I'm wearing waterproof boots. So yeah, with a second pair of socks on, I feel nice and toasty. My toes thank me. But yeah, there's it's cleared up. Not so miserable like it's been the past 2 days. Oh my God. So anyway, heading towards Cracker Barrel. Hopefully I get to pick up another order here real soon. So see you in a little bit. Boy, all of a sudden things got real slow. I've been waiting almost 40 minutes, and then I finally picked up a not too good shop and deliver. It's like $8 for 9 miles. But when you wait a while, you take what you get. Of course, if it was really bad, I wouldn't take it. But Yeah.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto the I-20 East ramp to Atlanta.
Yeah, that was, a little bit worrisome. I said, what the heck's on? I was doing good earlier, just one after the other, but it's kind of, it's like the weather break and the orders go away. So anyway, on to Dollar General, which of course is a different location, and then on to the customer. So see you in a little bit. Well, I just delivered a Dollar General order, and it wound up being a repeat customer of mine. Because I remember it's a small little apartment, not really apartment, but they're bungalows in a small little neighborhood. And I remember, that location and that particular bungalow, because right next to it is a gate to a more private house further up, and I remember, I wonder who lives up there. So anyway, then I'm over here by the airport. So since I'm over here by the airport, I am now going to, actually, it's like I'm making a complete circle. I'm going to get on the road that's going to lead me to the Gauntlet, starting from the south end. So yeah, because for some reason things are slow. I don't know why. It's now 1:18. It should be hopping. I tell you what, McDonald's is hopping. That new Grinch Happy Meal with the Grinch salt. I better not tell my wife. She loves pickles and salt. I think that's what it is. It's pickle salt. And plus you get a pair of socks. But yeah, it was backed up. Not only the drive-thru at McDonald's was backed up, inside was backed up. So anyhow, so I'm gonna head towards the Gauntlet and keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully the Gauntlet doesn't win. So anyway, here we go. See you in a little bit. Well, the Gauntlet won. I made it all the way to base. Actually, I've been sitting here for 15 minutes and finally got a small Wingstop order. So on the Wingstop we go, and then the customer. See you in a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was coming for. 16
Well, I just delivered that Wingstop food to T-Mobile. That's the second time I've been to that place. In fact, the first time that gentleman that I delivered to, he was there, but I delivered to the second employee. But I tell you what, whatever she had, it smelled good. Wow, that was really good. I'm just from the smell. Man, I'm getting hungry. And the thing is, and she had a very unique name, and I encountered that name with another customer who was a caretaker out at a house on the lake, beautiful house, and this lady had the exact same name, and very unique, and then all of a sudden, for a minute, I thought I was going to meet that first lady again. I mean, that's how that name is unique. So now I've met two people, both women, with that name. I said, wow. So anyway, I got exactly an hour left in the dash. Supposedly is, estimated wait time 1 to 5 minutes. That lies. That's always a lie. But heading back up, I'm in the middle of the gauntlet. So running the gauntlet doesn't really count. It says it won last time, so I'm not counting this one. So anyway, I'm going to head back up, go through downtown, and head to my base of Cracker Barrel. In fact, Hopefully I pick up an order. Hopefully I don't wait another hour before my dash ends. So anyway, off to my base and looking for an order. See you in a little bit. Well, just as I heading towards base, I picked up an order for Jack's. But unfortunately, I got to turn around. I just passed it, and then my turnaround situation is at the most busiest intersection in this area right here. So, anyhow, I'm going to get myself turned around here and head to Jackson to the customer. And it looks like I'm going back out to Lincoln for this one. So, see you in a little bit. Well, folks, that was a absolute first. I delivered that Jack's to a motel. But, the instructions said, apartment number, and, and it took me to the motel. And sure enough, I walked up and saw it was on the second floor. Walked up, sure enough, knocked in, and they were in. It was a couple, they're moving to Florida. So man, if you move to Florida, I don't think they have Jack's down in Florida. So that was a new one. I've delivered to many different places, but never to a motel. Which, of course, it's probably more common in bigger cities and stuff like that. But yeah, this is definitely a first. So I got 35 more minutes left in the dash. I just came up one exit from Pell City, it's on the riverside. So I'm heading back to base. Hopefully I can pick up one more order at least before the dash ends. And as far as the dash is okay. One more order will really be nice. So, but like I said, it's still a little cool. It's 48 according to the car. But of course, when the sun's out, it warms up a little bit. I swear, I wish they would hurry up and get this road paved. Because every time I come down here and get in, you can hear the cling, 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 cling of the rocks hitting my car. I'm just cringe. Waiting for the big one, to come and crack my windshield. I'm already on my second windshield on this car. I only had this car a week, and then boom, right there in front of me. Doordash, and it cracked. So I think it was $250 deductible to pay for it. So anyhow, on my way back to base. Hopefully get another order, and we'll see you in a little bit. Well, just as I was getting close to the exit, I picked up an order, and it's a liquor delivery. It's just almost $11 for just over 8 miles. So, and since this is, it's 30 minutes left in my dash, this is probably going to be my last dash. But for over $10, almost $11, yeah, and I would take it. And so it was it looks like it's a double pickup. So, but I know both places. So anyway, on to those places, and we'll see you in a little bit. Hi, sweetie. Look at you. We got kitties that just look just like you. Yes, we do. We got kitties that look just like you. Hi. Hi. Well, I delivered the liquor and the barbecue. That was a double pickup to the same customer. But I felt bad because the guy at the liquor store gave me the bottle. I don't know anything. I don't know about liquor. And she said, "Well, it's the right one, but it's the wrong size." So, and I pointed to him exactly what it was. And it says 750 milliliter, and that's what he gave me. I could have swore, like I said. I apologized to her, and I told her exactly what I told her what I did. So I even got it recorded. And so, yeah. If she's going to complain, she's paid $20 for it. Yeah, I'd be upset about it too. So, but repeat customer. If you remember, I mentioned about the gray kitty cat, and I saw it looked like his twin brothers. And the reason I remember because we have twin gray cats, and she verified, yeah, they're twins. So I need to learn to double check the liquors because I don't, because like I said, I don't know anything about the liquor bottles. So I feel bad about that. See, you can still make mistakes even, and if you somewhat of a veteran DoorDasher, but this is only about the third or fourth time I've done liquor, but I always relied on the guy, the liquor store owner, to give me the correct stuff. So anyway, but it was like 2 minutes before my dash. I went ahead and ended the dash, and that run helped me for the day. So anyway, well, I'm not going home right away. I got to go back to our old house and double check some things, and then come on back. I got to run an errand near where our old house is. Then I'm going to come on back. So run the errand and then head back home and give a summary of the day. So see you in a little bit. Well, I'm finally back home. It's been a long day. It kind of got slow towards the end, and I was just picking up just small little things. But and then I found out that last dash day was going to the liquor store, and then come to find out the liquor was the wrong size that the customer told me, and I felt bad about that. But I made $57.88 today, slightly by 50 cents more than from yesterday. Did a total of 7 deliveries. I rejected a couple. Total dash time is 3 hours and 58 minutes. It's been cold most of the day. Especially this morning, it was really cold. In fact, I got put on an extra pair of socks. But it warmed up just a little bit because the sun came out. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please select like. And if you enjoy the channel, I urge you to subscribe. And I want to thank everybody who has subscribed, because I'm now over 1,000. I'm going to be honest, I never thought I would reach 1,000. But I'm glad everybody has joined, and I encourage you to leave comments. I encourage any good, bad, indifferent, criticism. I take everything to heart. Even the people who complain, I shouldn't take these orders. I know you mean well, but you have to understand what my market is, and I've explained several times. But I am getting better. I am rejecting more offers. I'm down to 83% acceptance rate. I used to be 100. So anyway, I'm going to be dashing tomorrow and Friday. Unfortunately, Friday is my wife's pick for going out to eat. I have a feeling we're going to barbecue. She's on a barbecue kick lately. So anyway, I'm going to call it a day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And we will do this again tomorrow. So we'll talk to you later.